The deepest regret of my life began with a single lapse in judgment. The morning I found the divorce papers waiting for me, I woke up instantly aware that something was different. He wasn't there. His presence, his scent, his laughter, the warmth of his voice, was gone. After 14 years of marriage, my husband was no longer mine. I kept asking myself how one impulsive mistake could ruin everything we built. I want to share this story with you. But before I go on, if you want to avoid turning your life upside down like I did, please subscribe to my channel. Every day, we share meaningful stories that carry important lessons. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments and like this video to support me. Now that you're here, let me tell you what happened. My husband and I are both 36. We've been together for 16 years, married for 14, and we have two amazing daughters. One is 13, the other 12. 3 months ago, I made a mistake that shattered everything. I was unfaithful with a colleague. It happened once, and the guilt was immediate. To this day, I still don't fully understand why I did it. I told myself I felt overworked and overlooked, but I know that wasn't the real reason. I'm trying to uncover the truth with the help of therapy. If you love your parents, like this video and subscribe. If not, feel free to comment hate below. That's how serious this message is. We met during college, and we quickly became inseparable. He wasn't just the man I loved, he was my best friend. We dreamed together, traveled the world hand in hand, and created a life full of joy. When our daughters were born, our love grew stronger. We faced life's ups and downs as a team. But over time, the pressure of careers and raising children began to weigh us down. Conversations became brief. Affection faded. I started craving the closeness we once had. So when a coworker began showing interest, I gave in, just once, and regretted it immediately. I confessed to my husband the very next day. I couldn't live with the guilt. He was stunned at first, then furious. He said cruel things and I didn't blame him. I told him the truth. What started as harmless banter escalated into something I would forever regret. At that moment, I honestly wished something would just end me. I broke all ties with the other man and handed over my phone to show I had nothing to hide. I told my husband that I understood if he wanted a divorce, but I begged for the chance to rebuild his trust. I told him how sorry I was and that I'd do anything to make it right. But he wasn't someone who gave second chances easily, not even in friendships. He said he wanted a divorce. Then the world shut down for quarantine, and we ended up stuck in the same house for 2 months without taking further steps. That first month was unbearable. He barely spoke to me unless it had to do with the girls. I gave him space and slept on the couch. I reminded him occasionally that I was ready to put in the work if he ever wanted to try again. He stayed distant and said things that cut deep. But during the second month, things slowly started to shift. He began having casual conversations with me again. We watched family movies. It felt like a door was opening. I started feeling hopeful. Our friendship seemed to resurface. Eventually, he even let me sleep in the same bed again. I encouraged him to share whatever was on his mind. Bit by bit, we were reconnecting. We laughed, we spent time as a family, and I allowed myself to believe we had a real chance. I kept wishing I had brought up therapy sooner. One night, we were sitting in our bedroom, drinking and talking like we used to. I felt like we were finding our rhythm again. I was so happy to feel close to him. That's when I made the biggest mistake of all. I got a little playful, climbed onto his lap as we laughed, and we began kissing like we were young again. It was impulsive but felt right, until it didn't. He kissed me back, but then he started crying and asked me to stop. Seeing his pain so raw tore me apart. I apologized and we lay there in silence. I couldn't stop thinking that I might have ruined everything once more. 2 days later, he told me he had made up his mind. He still wanted the divorce. Despite everything we'd tried during the past 2 months, he just couldn't move forward with me. I was crushed. I told him I understood, even though every part of me wanted to fight harder. We had already decided on fair terms, and he began packing for a 2-week trip. We agreed on shared custody of the girls. I helped him pack. We embraced, both crying, and he left. When he came back, I felt this strange mix of happiness and heartbreak. Seeing him again made everything more real. He smiled, We exchanged pleasantries and he took the girls. And today, the divorce papers arrived. It's hard to explain the depth of this pain. I lost my best friend. I miss hearing him laugh. I miss simply being with him. But what hurts the most is knowing I caused this. I hurt the person I love most in this world. I would do anything to take it all back. But I can't. So I sit here now, typing this with tears in my eyes, knowing full well that the past cannot be changed. I just hope one day he might see how sorry I truly am, and how fiercely loyal I'd be if he ever found it in his heart to give me another chance. I still love him, with all that I am.